Hello and welcome back to the Empire Build Academy. My name's Fabian and this is day 6 of the daily 10-minute speed build on Evony. Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is day 6, as I mentioned, of the daily 10-minute speed build on Evony. So let's jump straight over to the game now. And you can see this is my current progress. My power is now 2.5 million. I've been joining quite a few of the Alliance Monster rallies as well, which has been very useful. I've been collecting a few things as well. And the other thing to mention now is when I go into the marches, you can now see that I have 4 available marches to send. And I've got them out gathering as well. And I am utilising them as and where I can. I will be actually building some more troops today, not many, but just a few, so that I can continue utilising those different marches on gathering and other things like that as well. So let's go straight back into the game itself, go back into the main world. So this is day 6. Again, we're progressing. I've been waiting, you may have already noticed, for the Monarch Competition for the construction and research build-up. And guess what? Today is the resource gathering, which will be ending obviously in the next 13 hours. But again, it's slowing me down on that desperation that I can almost feel of wanting to build and up level the rest of my keep. But as I mentioned, I don't want to do that on a day where it's not beneficial, because that doesn't make sense. And if we go into the Monarch Competition, you can also see as well, my total ranking is currently 245. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to suddenly jump all the way up the rankings, but when I do actually go into there and I start utilising all those different hour speed ups for the construction and research, I will climb significantly up the almighty Monarch ranking. And there are some decent rewards, which I will show you here. And you can see we can get different historic tokens for finishing first, which is not something I'm going to do. Let's be honest with that. But let's just say, let's go down. I doubt I'm going to be in the top 10 without being a coiner. But there are some other decent rewards further down this list. And that's why, again, I mentioned previous videos, it's important in being in all these different positions. And I won't go all the way down. Someone else may be able to answer in the comments what position that is. I will go to 50 because I'm almost there. And let's see what it says at 50. No, it still keeps going. Okay. So there are quite a few different rewards available, and that's what I'll be looking to do. Also as well, it is worth noting that some of the different and better rewards are going to be available from Friday onwards. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of generals that will be on offer for that. Because I did mention before that the generals that are on offer at the moment aren't great. And if I go into my items, we can have a look actually at who is available. Let's go into the detail, let's go into the chance details, and again you can see Romulus is there still with the 18.18% chance. So the likelihood is if I was to start opening those tokens, Romulus would be a favourite to come out. But again, I still want to hold that back, and I want to wait for at least 50. Someone did actually quote me 85 earlier on how many tokens to be able to ascend all the way to 5 stars your general. I'm definitely going to save a lot and probably closer to the 80 on the other one. The reason I'm not considering potentially doing that on this one is because I may go down the route where a 3-star ranged ground mounted general that's premium might be okay. I haven't yet decided. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is it better to have one general ascended to 5 stars, such as a ranged general? Or is it better to have 3 generals, ranged, mounted, and ground? Let's leave CJ at this stage. That can be potentially ascended to 2 or 3 stars. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments about that. Again, from a items perspective as well, you can see I'm not really opening anything yet. I'm sort of holding things back. There are some things that I can open, but I am what is known officially as a hoarder. I like to keep things back, but obviously when I go into the Monarch construction event, I will need to open a lot of these to be able to have the resources and things like that. And as we progress over the next week, we're coming to the end of the first week, I'm going to enjoy being able to jump on these 10-minute videos and talk about the different strategies in the different buildings. And if you haven't seen the Learn Evony in Minutes series, I've done a quick description and an overview of all the different buildings there. So that might be worth checking out. If you are very new to the game and you don't understand certain things, that would be something to have a look at. From a champion perspective, we're still upgrading this. As I've mentioned before, it's important to stay with all these different things. So you can see there that the interaction side of things I haven't done. I won't do it on this video. Oh, I have. I thought so. It's because I've logged back in on the PC client. But doing these things and making sure that you are staying on top of things, especially from tomorrow morning. Because tomorrow, obviously being Friday, likely to be a new Evony update, likely to be new generals coming out, and also new events. It's really going to be all systems go on this new account. Obviously, I'll still be concentrating on the other one as well. But on this new account from tomorrow and over the next 10 days, we're going to see some significant progress on this particular account. I said that I'd like to mention something every day that is new or that we cover again. And I think what I'm going to talk about today is the different style troops. Let's go into that. I'm going to make a decision on the video every day. And as you can see from this, we have lots of different tiers of troops. So these are the T1 mounted, T2, T3, T4. If you click on the little eye icon, you can also see what they do from an attack, defense, HP and power perspective as well. It also tells you the upkeep, and then that is how much food is consumed for having these in there. And that is actually a great point to be aware of, is making sure how much food you have versus how much you're spending for the different troops that you've got. And quite simply, you just need to get into a routine with food of not having any open ideally. Trying to keep that down to a minimum and only opening it as and when you need it, so the food isn't wasted on troops. All your troops are safe. All your troops will still be there if you have zero food. It's a little cheat code that happens in all games, that with the troop upkeep, most of them, I'd say 90% of these games, the troops are safe even if you have no food opened up. But as soon as you open that food up and that food is available to consume, it will do it if it needs it. So being aware of that is actually a good point. And I'm so kind of glad that I went in there. So let's anyway continue back in there. And you can see we've got all the different troops and tiers. And if you click on one, it will tell you what you need. So for the T9 War Elephants, we would need to upgrade to level 23 to unlock that. And these go all the way up to T16. I'm sure a T17 will be coming out at some point as well. But at the moment, we are T16, which I have not unlocked, even on my other account and other accounts I've played. The most I've ever got to is the other account that I play, and that is T14s, which seems to be a common thing through a lot of players on this. You will probably find if you play this game as a free-to-play over the next 18 months, you would get to the unlocking of those T14s. And you can see as well, T14 unlocks at 35. And 35 is realistic for a free-to-play, but it is something that you will need to grind at to be able to get there. So that's a little overview on the troops. There are more things that we can talk about with troops and what they defeat, basically what they're good at and what they're poor at. And you can see with the mounted, we can see that it counts as ground troops, increasing the damage by 20%. But if it is attacked by range, then you're going to receive an additional damage of 20%. And that's why if you are mounted heavy in your keep and someone comes and scouts you, they're going to send ranged. And if you had a lot of ground in your keep over everything else, the likelihood is they're going to send a ground march at you. And it's just being aware of those different little things. Like I said, I don't want to confuse things too much. Nice and simple. Got 365 days of this. There's a lot of explaining that I can do across different videos. But the idea with this video and this account is keeping everything nice and simple so that we can understand. There are plenty of videos out there if you need more information a lot quicker than what I'm doing on here, and by all means go and check them out. But for this particular series, I'm doing it, I'm sticking rigidly to it, 365 days, and every day I will talk about something different. And by the end of it, should be 365 pieces of decent information that'll make you a decent player on Evony, including myself. And I actually mean that. There are so many things that I don't understand about this game. And with the Evony community, with all the people that are talking on Reddit and all the different people that have been getting involved on the YouTube channel and getting involved with comments and advice, it all helps. It really, really does all help. So please continue to do that. Please do continue to share your advice and give any strategies you may have on the particular day's quotes or information that I'll provide, and that would be awesome if you could do that. Okay, I did talk a little bit there. I'm not going to talk too much about anything else. The Monarch competition today was the gathering, which you can see there, resource gathering. So I've concentrated a lot on that. You may have seen when I went into the world earlier that I had my marches out doing the gathering so that we can get some points for that and completing those events. A lot of the challenges that are in here are all going to end because the main 2-week focus of Evony will start tomorrow, and that will be interesting for that. So I'll try and trim this video down. It may go a little bit over the 10 minutes, but I'm just going to leave it there. Nice and simple. Talks a little bit about troops, and I will see you in tomorrow's video, most likely with an update as well. See you then. Thanks for watching.